the New World launch was delayed by a month, and that has led to some confusion regarding what content we'll be seeing on launch. Amazon Game Studios commented on this, probably to get slightly ahead of the data miners who were already teasing new potential content, and that made things even more confusing. Ahoy, my name is Duke Sloth, and today we're going to talk about the upcoming content that we can or cannot expect for release of New World based on the information that we have so far. In case you're not up to date about the delay yet, after the beta, Amazon Game Studio announced that they would delay New World until September 28th because they wanted to work on some bugs, improve stability, and polish the game in general. The game was originally intended to launch in late August, so this pushes it back by a month. And to get ahead of the inevitable comment that this is about frying GPUs, if you read a little bit between the lines of this PC Gamer article, link down below, then you'll find that EVGA has taken full responsibility for this issue because all that New World contributed was uncapped frames in a menu, and EVGA didn't implement the right failsafes, it seems, which is why they're replacing all of the graphics cards for free without even waiting for the fried one to arrive. They're sending out the new one right away if you complain about this and if you have one of those broken cards. And you can bet that they're not sending out some of the most expensive graphics cards in the world that are super rare to find out of the goodness of their heart. I just had to get this out of the way because I know it's going to be brought up otherwise. So if they're not working to prevent on contributing to the global chip shortage, then what are they doing? In a reply, they stated, "We are working on bugs, server stability, and critical issues. We aren't adding any features or content between now and launch." Now the statement is interesting because it makes it sound like there won't be any new content at launch. But that actually isn't quite true, and we have a few things indicating that. The first one is from the beta FAQ. There's a question that was answered there, which was, can I collect footage from the closed beta to use in later content if that content is released later? The answer? Yes, you can capture footage of the closed beta to use at a later date, like I'm doing right now. However, there will be changes and updates between closed beta and launch that may cause captured content to be inaccurate or out of date. Now, things aren't further clarified here, so this could, for example, refer purely to balance changes, and those could make things out of date as well. Like if XP is balanced differently, then maybe town quests have a different impact, or if weapons are differently balanced, then obviously any meta advice in that regard would be outdated. But digging through the older blog posts, there was another statement that kind of stands out here. That was, looking forward. In future updates, we will continue to build out the main story quest by adding narrative-driven climatic events through level 60. These will introduce new enemies, unique objectives to continue to improve quest variety, and new stories for the players to experience on their quest to learn the secrets of Aeternum. As we continue development and improvements, we'll keep you updated on our social channels and website. Now here's the thing, the quest line in the beta ended around level 45, with the last person in the quest essentially leaving you on a cliffhanger and telling you, oh yeah, by the way, there's something going on in this region, so that's likely where you would be going next, only that there is no quest that continues there. And I can't exactly imagine the devs deciding that they're not going to finish the main story quest for release. I think it's much more likely that they've specifically withheld the last part so that we will experience the full storyline only at launch. And to add on to this, we know for a fact that there is at least some new content coming into the game right around launch. And those are the very cool looking vine-spun weapon skins, which you can get for watching streamers, specific streamers, after launch. Furthermore, it's known that there are quite a few different high-level bosses, arena bosses, that were in earlier playtests but were not in the final test, and I could imagine that some of those might make a return as well if they are already ready. Obviously, there might be some bugs with them, or they might not be polished enough to be released yet. Anyways, based on all this information combined, I think the statement that they are not working on features or content between now and launch kind of puts a little bracket around the time frame. They're not saying we haven't worked on any features, but rather we're not working on it now, we're just looking to polish it now. And there was potentially some additional content that was already prepared for launch before the beta even concluded. Technically, this could just be those Twitch skins, but based on the other statements here, I doubt that's it. Again, I think we'll at least see some more of the main story. If we'll see much beyond that, I don't know, but I am hopeful that if we're not seeing things immediately, we would be likely to see things relatively quickly after launch as well, because they are prepared to some degree already. What I wouldn't expect are things that came from the data mining, such as new weapons or other large-scale changes that would drastically shift the balance completely and have a massive impact on the game experience, but rather things that kind of tie it more together or just polish certain aspects of the game through additional features. But again, I don't think you'll have to wait for new features very long either way. If you look at the breakneck pace at which Amazon released new features during the alpha and made major sweeping changes, then you can kind of get an idea of what speed of changes we're probably in for, at least at the beginning. And you can see all of this in the blog post. If you enjoyed this video, you'd greatly help me out if you subscribe and click the bell. I'll be working on New World videos pretty much daily now. There will be some Smite videos as well as New World videos, just usually trying to get at least one New World video out. So if you want to support that, feel free to hit sub, and if you maybe want to see some more New World related stuff, you can also subscribe to my second channel where I might do some live streaming around release. We'll see how exactly it goes with that channel. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you for the next one soon. Duke Sloth, out.